Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Alright, let's go. The Nintendo Shack is back. Welcome to PSVG's Nintendo Shack, a proud member of the Play Some Video Games Podcast Network. We're powered by Patreon over at patreon.com/PSVG. We have a lot of awesome people that support us there, including this epic haiku featuring one of these awesome patrons that Caroline has for us.
In the event that Jason Lacy is back. This haiku goes out to Jason Lacy, everybody.
That's me. I'm back, by the way. Hi, it's me.
Oh my god, he's back for just tonight in the shack.
As I say,
Jason Lacy, dudes!
Let's put an asterisk on this. He's not back. Don't lead our listeners
I
astray.
said for just... You did not listen to this! Oh my god, he's back for just tonight in the shack. Jason Lacy, dudes.
Dude. What's up?
I am back. And all it took was Lucas Rose to have a baby. So, I mean, if he could just have a baby, like...
Every week.
We
A
can
baby.
do this, guys. I mean, or I just push my show. I just record all podcasts in one day.
Lucas has PSVG. All right? I'm not saying I don't love Fluxay. I'm just saying. It's not like you wouldn't have shows. You'd have shows, and you could still podcast together. We could turn it into a monthly thing. There's DLC. Like, there's lots of different ways you could spin this, Jason.
I won't lie. I've thought about moving my show to, like, bi-weekly or for, like, hey, look at the Mega Dads. They show up once a month, just record something. Everyone loves it. I mean,
everyone loves it? That's a thing?
Loves it. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
Stop being so mean!
I didn't realize that.
I mean, that's a opinion I can get behind. But I mean, you know, no, yeah, it all worked out. I saw an opportunity, so I jumped at it. Here I am. I used to do this all the time.
All the time.
Now I never do. I mean, but look at you guys now. You got these guest hosts coming. You got the duo show. You even let Kevin back in every once in a while. I mean,
Occasionally, we're forced to take anybody. I mean, you just
that was the Seth episode. I mean, you just take anyone.
Anybody. We need somebody. Anybody want to fill in?
I mean,
I've really enjoyed us being on Wednesdays. I've enjoyed having like all day Thursday, and we still release the show on Friday. It's been quite nice.
It's nice that I'm not zonked after being awake early and then coming in.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice when you want to have that Friday release and you're not scrambling to try to do a one-day turnaround. And not even a one-day. Excuse me, not even a one-day turnaround. You're trying to do a literal couple-hour turnaround.
Yeah, overnight.
So, especially back on the YouTube days when we had to wait like an hour and a half for the video to process.
Yeah.
So
Fun times.
Twitch has remedied that quite nicely, I believe. So
we love you, Twitch.
Yeah. So, would you guys want to discuss what we've been playing?
Sure, Governor.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I haven't played much of anything really this past week because I actually have been reading. Oddly enough, I've been reading an actual book.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's something I've wanted to try to do more often. But then, of course, you're sacrificing something else to do that. But oddly enough, after the Mario Maker Direct, I was like, I had that itch to play some classic side-scrolling Mario, and I couldn't decide do I want to go back to Super Mario 3 on Nintendo Switch Online. I was like, no, because I was like halfway through Super Mario World on my 3DS.
Are you getting in the mood for Mario Maker? Is that where this comes from?
I think so. Okay. I think I'm just kind of looking forward to that, and since I know I'll be able to pick it up, that always helps too.
Sure.
Because I've got the funding slotted. I got that Series A investment. We're gonna be able to pull it off. Things are looking good. But so I just wanted to go back to that journey, and I knew I'd left it there. So I found my 3DS, and miraculously I had turned it off. So I turned it on. It was like fully charged, ready to go, like an old friend. And I started playing it, and I think I played it over the weekend, and I finished the game Saturday and Sunday playing during my son's nap. So I'm pretty sure I had beaten Bowser before, like on emulator, but I'd never actually had played the game from start to finish before. So it was kind of fun to go through and do that. And
no warps.
No, because I don't know what any of the warps would be.
So the question is, Mario World or Mario 3?
I think for me, I like the Mario 3 experience better, but at the same time, I've never played Mario 3 straight because I've always warped in Mario 3. I've always used the whistles, so I can't say if I've played every level. But like the thing that was kind of tricky with Super Mario World, unless I just was not aware of it, like some of the progression you had to like find the secret exits or find the certain pipes in a level to progress. At least that was my experience, and I feel like that could be kind of a choke point for some people if you didn't know that easily. So I felt that was kind of frustrating. And then like the star levels, I unlocked like a couple of them, but like nothing happened after I completed them. So it's like, do I have to do all 4 for something to happen? There's just some head scratching there that I wasn't sure of. But I mean, I think the gameplay might be a little bit better for me in Mario 3, but I think the overall presentation I enjoy more in Super Mario World. Like the music, like Super Mario World's like that classic Mario experience that you always think of. When I think of like side-scrolling Mario, it's always Super Mario World, and that palette set, that music, that style. You know, I think that's just like the classic.
You kind of like,
penultimate.
my sentiments. I like the story and the gameplay of 3 better, but Mario World has that genuine classic Mario. Like when I think of classic Mario, I immediately think of the Mario World stuff.
I would 100%
sprites,
agree
everything.
with that sentiment too. 100%.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I would love for Mario 3 to be remade. Like you remember like all those assets that were touched up in like NES Remix? They're the same assets, but they were all like HD and like they had like the drop shadow and stuff. I would love to replay Mario 3 the entire game like that. I would die to play the game like that in widescreen. Oh, that'd be gorgeous.
I was thinking when Jason Lacy was talking about I didn't find all that stuff. Do you remember *Halt and Catch Fire* when Cameron and Gordon they accidentally find the warps?
Yes,
great stuff. I wonder how many times that actually happened for people.
It's just amazing. Like, how did you find anything back then? It's like, how did you and you're just
you called the hotline and you asked for help.
I like I will say I definitely abused the. It's funny as I was playing it, I was kind of playing legit at first, and I wasn't save states coming that much. And then I was down to 1 life, and I had to use continues, and it was kind of funny how it happened because I went down from having 1 life to being almost at near death, and then like an hour later, I had like 60 something lives, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're all fine. But after a while, I'd be like, do I want to take that? Like you go into like a ghost, one of the ghost house, like, do I want to take this exit? Save state. Nope. Reload. And you go back. You're just abusing the system. But I guess that's why it's there. So, but it was great to finally finish it. I felt accomplished. It was weird. It was weird, and yet kind of nice to go back to the 3DS. Oddly enough, I kind of maybe that was just like the virtual console experience. But yeah. No,
I never have my 3DS charged and ready to go ever.
No. It went dead. That first day too, I had to charge it back up. But it's fun. It was nice to knock it off the list and play through it. So now I can say I did it.
Cool.
And then I also played like Smash Bros till 2 a.m. on Saturday night. So there's that too.
That's just a normal day in Jason Lacy's life. Yeah. I mean, that's nothing out of the ordinary. I've been playing that My Time at Portia game that I was talking about 2 weeks ago. I was waiting on getting. It's my game of the year. It's not the game of the year, but this is the only game that I've actually enjoyed playing this year and continuously picking up. And I'm just like, I can't get enough. It is extremely glitchy. It's extremely buggy. They are working on patches all the time.
This is my game of the year. It's fundamentally broken, but it is game of the year.
Are the load times better?
No.
They change around They change around when
they're not consistent.
Seriously,
2 minutes, 2 seconds. Who knows?
No, what I'm talking about is they patched it in where all of the load times were front loaded, so it took like 5 minutes to load the game from starting it at the start menu.
That's absurd.
Okay. And then
I would think my system's broken. I might like reboot my 5 minutes.
It's just it takes a while.
So never close the program. Always keep it in sleep mode, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I have had it crash on me twice. And today there was this. It was the craziest thing. I got in a dating relationship with one of the characters, and part of the dating quest is that you have to do this one quest with him, and it triggered. He went to an area that I was working on building the bridge to get to, yet he was able to get over there, and he's like, meet me there, and you only have the one day to do the quest.
But you have no
bridge. So I was like, so I told Stream, I was like, I gotta stop playing because I'm gonna have to like start. You only save. It only saves at the beginning of the day when you've gone to bed. So you don't have any like you can't tell it when to save. And so I was like, I'm not sitting here and waiting for this game to load on stream for. I got things to do. I gotta go work out. God. So. It sucks in that regard. It really sucks. Like, I mean, the game is broken as hell. However, this is one of my very near and dear to my heart kind of Stardew, Harvest Moon, SimCity kind of rebuilding the town type games that I'm just obsessed with getting everything done as quickly as possible, getting all that money, getting upgrades for my house, getting upgrades for my building supplies and all this stuff. Can't wait to get my horse, Yeah, so that's about it. That's all I've been playing for the past about 2 weeks now, almost 2 weeks.
I've sat in and lurked on a couple of your streams because I put in the Twitch player on our website, and it just automatically starts hosting you. So I'm just sitting there on the website, like messing around with something, and all of a sudden you just pop up and you just start playing. I'm like, I'll just leave this up. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to play around. I
appreciate
with
the
that during
lurk. Yeah, I started streaming again full time last week because the game room is basically done.
Nice.
Basically done, minus a couple of easy chairs I'm going to put in here, and
you look like
my
you
dad
just
and I
bought
are
a
going to build some
locker on like
shelves.
Storage Wars. That's what it looks like going on behind you.
Yeah, the boxes.
This was the unboxing that took place this past weekend. All of those are all figures, by the way, like
Jesus.
Little bitty figurines, and my amiibo are all in that bottom box. So. I got more glass shelves to be putting in here, and then I'll have everything.
That's my game shelf right there. That massive, 6 games right there?
It's okay. You're a library guy.
You're a digital guy. You've got it's all digital.
Digital, and he rents things from the library.
That's right.
Okay.
With his books.
Whatever you got to do.
That's right. Donnie, what are you playing, man?
I did beat the Star Fox missions in Starlink, the DLC.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That DLC is not worth $12.
Really?
Not. It probably.
What
is.
if I'm a Star Fox homer?
See, that's the thing. It probably is if you're not a Star Fox fan. Like if you're just like, I love Starlink and I need more Starlink, then $12 you probably get a lot for it. If you're like, I'm here for Star Fox and that's it, it's not worth $12. It's okay. I don't.
A side question. You and Josh Stapleton were talking about the fact that he can't find those those airships anymore.
I don't want to tell him no, but I went to my Best Buy yesterday and I did some trading in some things. My Best Buy's loaded with them. I have a ton of them.
Really?
So
okay, so
I don't think
not
they're that. You can still buy them
impossible.
retail price online. They're not that hard to find as I think they might just not be available for him, or maybe he's looking for a deal on. I told him I was like, hey, I'll sell you mine. I've got 4 ships I'm not using anymore. I don't think Jack
is completely doesn't care anymore.
Jack. I have given up and conceded that Jack just plays Fortnite. All of the effort of Smash and everything is now Fortnite. He is 90% Fortnite, like 10% Labo. That's it.
You think is that mostly because a lot of his friends are playing Fortnite too?
So
Yeah,
I think
that's
his 2 best friends that moved in across the street, they have an Xbox 360 that they can play Fortnite on, and they can play together. So that's what Jack does every day. When he turns on his Switch, he puts on his little headphones, and he gets his little microphone, and he talks to his friends, and they play Fortnite together for hours. That's what they like.
He doesn't go over there and hang out?
Sometimes they do, and they come over here. We actually had it up one day where we had it. They were playing on separate consoles, so we had like 2 of the kids down here and 2 of the kids upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember those days.
Yeah, because they all wanted to play together and they couldn't play on the same. So we had and we've had times where one kid has used one Switch and one kid's used the other Switch and the other kids use the Xbox, and then they're all playing the same game together. I love that about Fortnite. That's really, really cool. That because it's free to play, because it's so accessible, because of crossplay, you can do all of that stuff together. It's pretty amazing. Like Sean says, they only have a 360. Why are you letting them hang out with a bunch of losers?
I would say there's some allure to Starlink. that I think even lets me see past like the simplicity and the repetitive of the game there. You know,
I like it.
I have,
yeah, I like Starlink.
I have no desire to like 100% it, but I definitely like just playing through the story and flying around and doing that stuff.
So I really like Starlink. If Starlink was a Star Fox game, I'd still be playing that game. That game would be so much fun. I don't mind the mindless repetition. That's just like Assassin's Creed. And guess what? Flying through space and then entering orbit down to it, that never gets old. It never gets old. It's so much fun. But the problem is the non-Star Fox characters suck. I mean, they are not good. Man, and one of the Starlink missions, when like Wolf's Goonies come back, and they're like, we're gonna like the guy, I don't even know his name, the guy on Team Starlink or whatever, we're not gonna let you. Yeah, exactly. He's like, we're not gonna let you do this alone. And then they shake hands. It's just like some 80s bromance. Like, what is going on right now? Like, it's that stuff that I don't like about it. But the Star Fox... Okay, anyway. When you buy the Starlink stuff, here's what you get. You got to complete the Star Fox mission, which I already did. Then you go to the Crimson Moon, right? And then you go to talk to this light in the sky, like this television light. And then they send you on this quest. So, like, Wolf is left Corneria. He wants to take over a new place. You're there to stop him. And all of his cronies show up. And the cutscenes...
Cronies.
The cutscenes are funny because they all, like... It's like this, I don't know, it's this very like 90s sitcom-ish, like they're all fighting. It's like there's one camera. It's like a home video. And they're all like pushing each other out of the way to say something. So like Andros Jr.'s like, what do you think about that, Star Fox? You know, it's just like, what is this?
You should go into voice acting. That was pretty good.
It's so stupid. So that is very funny. The problem is...
Uncle Andros.
There is only like 20 seconds of that throughout the entire DLC. And then what you do is you go to the waypoint, a ship enters, you know, shooty, and that's it. And like that, and but here's that is literally it. You do it 3 times and it's over. It's 3 missions. You go and capture each one. One of them you drag to a prison.
$4 a mission, huh?
Yeah. And you're like, they should have put this in for free or something. Like, this is a bit much, but I don't care. Yeah. It's not, here's the thing. Again, if you were there just for Star Fox like me, it's not worth it. But there's a lot to the $12 pack. You get a lot more, you know, than just it. And the Crimson Moon update itself is huge, and you get that for free. All the races and the outlaws and everything you can do. I'm just not interested in doing any of it. And I might, like, I'm not getting rid of the game or the toys or anything. They're sitting there. Like, maybe one day I'm bored and I do. Like, I do weird things. I played Wii Sports last week. Sometimes I just fire up some old stuff. Like, who knows? But I don't have a whole lot of interest in doing it. I really wish that Starlink was a Star Fox game, which I've said a bunch of times. But the thing that I don't like about it most, I think the part of Starlink that keeps me from wanting to dive in more is all the menu management and crap that they've got going on. I hate all of it. I hate all of it. Every weapon has a menu. Every wing has a menu. Every ship has a menu. Every pilot has a menu. Every class has a menu. Every add-on has a... It's menu ridiculous. It's worse than...
And then modding your weapons and then making more mods and upgrading the mods.
And if you're not playing with...
I don't like systems like that either.
If you're not playing with the toys, then you have to rescan the toys every... Like, there's like a timer on it. If you don't rescan it, you can't use it digitally. And then you got to pull out the controller. It's just a rigmarole, man. Dumb. It's just a mess. It's just a lot. And it's just like, why would you ever do this? Mine's still in the box
right up here.
I think that's why Jack probably gave up on
it. Mine's there.
Because you got to go and collect all these mods and all these little things to add to all these things. Like, kids can't do that, you know? Like, Jack can't keep up with all the stats and buffs and everything.
Yeah.
They should make it streamlined.
He just wants to fly the Darwing around and shoot stuff.
The thing that I tell all the time, I mean, this is, for anybody that's listened to Shaq for a long time, this is not going to be, like, news to you, but I think about this with Pokemon, I think about this with Fire Emblem. Any game that has this type of stuff, there needs to be an auto button. Click the button to automatically, systematically set yourself up.
Well, they have done that with Fire Emblem. They have done,
sometimes.
I think, what's it called? But I mean, you can choose the best option for best gear, weapon for I forget the word.
That needs to be in all the things. If that was in Starlink,
optimize. Optimize is the word I'm looking for.
Yes. All those games need optimize function, and they'd be better off. But I'm also playing Ape Out, which I bought when it came out. It's been like a month or so. It's been a few weeks old. Super Nintendad was all like, you've got to play this game. I think he said it was like his game of the year at the moment. And I saw some gameplay, which we talked about on Shaq. You know, I saw some gameplay with all these drums and things. I was like, I don't know, guys. All these cymbals clashing, everything. I shouldn't have slept on it. Ape Out's awesome. Ape Out is a really good game. It's a really cool game. It's a tough game. It's pretty challenging. I don't know if I can beat it. I don't know if I can. It's pretty hard. But it is very fun. And when I die, I always feel like it was my fault. It's not one of those where I'm like, I just can't do this. It's not like the Hollow Knight where I just feel like inept. I feel like I can do it. If I really want to try, I can probably get through it. But it is a lot of fun. And this should be very much at the top of the Jason Lacy next playlist. It should.
I feel like that game got like a lot of, there's a lot of hurrah about that. A lot of people were talking about it, like the whole, the music and the gameplay and the way the freeform jazz music interacted with the gameplay and all that stuff going on. And then it was just like...
I just think more games come out. Other games came out, that's just how things happen. I wouldn't. The game is really cool. The visual style, it's published from Devolver, and the style is really neat. To be honest with you, like the drums and everything really doesn't like bother me as much as I thought it would, and I don't think it really plays into the gameplay. It's just kind of sporadic, but it does kind of fit. It's just really the style. It has this staticky Sin City vibe thing going on at times, and the screen changes colors. Everything goes like real dark red, but then your enemies like glow white, and like if they shoot you and like you splatter white like everywhere. It's very much like cool. It's very cool. It is cool. That's the word.
There's too many indies like hitting that I would like to get some of these indies, but then I know like Pedro's coming, and I want to play Pedro.
Speaking
I want to play
existence.
This,
I don't know what it is with you guys in that game.
And
Pedro looks amazing, Caroline. The game looks incredible.
I have to keep playing Shakedown because we've waited for Shakedown for how many? However, and it's like.
Yes, I've seen it. It's been on multiple Nindies.
More than it's like the banana's not really a big deal. Like you keep saying banana, it's like I'm wondering. That's your reaction. It's
the weirdest. It's the weirdest concept for. It's like this is the name of the game, and there's a banana that's your friend, and his name is Pedro. Right. Then it's a fighter.
To your Shakedown Hawaii comment. I talked about it on PSVG, so I'm talking about it. And I just feel like I've broken the game now. I have so much money.
What are you going to do at that
point? What's the point of playing it now?
Yeah.
It's like I'm good. I win. I do like it though. I really like it a lot. I really like it a lot. And then to end on my week that I've been playing Saints Row the Third. Now I haven't played it in a few days because I beat Rage 2 and some other things, so I put it away. I kind of put it away because I'm waiting on a patch. The developers keep saying a big patch is coming. They've already released one patch. Guess what? Like Saints Row can't run on Switch. It's not good. Like the explosions are weird. It's super framey. I posted what videos and screenshots from launch day where entire sections of cutscenes, the audio is out of sync. It's like the girl's talking like a guy and the guy's talking like a girl because they're like a good 5 or 6 seconds behind each other. I mean, it was bad. It's bad. It's not good. And I posted in our Discord and Jared had some comments. There's this sense that, the devs didn't care. It's like, dude, they announced this port like a year ago. I don't think they just tried. They just started working on it like this past week and it's bad. I honestly think I think this proves to me in a lot of ways that like modern games can't run on Switch unless there's like significant like measures taken. Yeah, they just can't. It just can't. And like especially
unless it looks like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they either downgrade the visuals so much, or
everything should be on Switch. Why isn't this game on Switch?
And so the thing that I get a lot was, like Doom can run on it. Why can't it? It's like, but this is an open world game. You got to remember, there's systems, there's people moving, there's cars moving. There are other things going on. They're all taking pieces of memory and things like that. It's not the same. You can't compare that to a corridor shooter. And even then, like I've
where you can hide things behind walls.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've been arguing even then, like Wolfenstein's still not like super great. So and we've got Onaga in the chat. He says Warframe. I don't think Warframe is like that great of a port. I mean, it's good, it works, but Warframe is a much smaller game and doesn't like look amazing. So anyway, ports can work, but Saints Row, not like super great, but at the same time, not unplayable. So a lot of if you're reading the news and the headlines, so if you're reading like Kotaku and Polygon, they'll make you act like the game won't even run. Like what Caroline said about my time at Portia sounds much worse than Saints Row. Like Saints Row you can play the game. Once you get into the game and start playing, it plays like it did. It looks really good and portable. It looks a little blurry and a little fuzzy in dock. It doesn't look nearly as good on a bigger screen. But in portable mode, it's a very fine experience. And overall, it's still kind of the same experience. It's not bad. It's just like a lot of technical hiccups. And they seem to be like in physics, in explosions, and in cutscenes. Like rendering video and things like that are bad. But once you're into the game and you're running in the engine, it runs, it works, it's fun. I never beat Saints Row the Third. I beat Saints Row the Second, which was always my favorite. whatever reason, I never got into the third. I don't know why, but I wanted to. And
it doesn't sound like you're going to.
No.
I think I am. I think when this port comes, I think they'll clean up a lot of this. I think it can be cleaned up. I think they'll clean up as much as they can. And like I said, for all the things I just said bad about it, it's playable. You can totally play it. It's not like it doesn't break your experience if you can let go of, an out. It's not the first time I've played a game that had out of sync audio. I'm like, oh my god, I want my money back. Like there are a lot of games like this.
That's really annoying though.
It is very annoying, and so it's one of those things where you get really like I'm almost upset. It's like, guys, like a 7-year-old game. It's like you can't have it ready for launch day. What's the problem here? And I guess a lot of people are, the devs definitely deserve blame, but I also wonder, like, maybe what constraints are they working under?
Right, and it's like, there's no way they could have just, like, overlooked it. It had to be, like, what did they had to concede to leave that in?
I'm not taking that somebody's like, oh, screw it. I'm not taking that I don't think that's a reality. I know a lot of people on Twitter are like, these guys are lazy. They just don't care. I'm not buying that. Nobody works on a game that takes that much time and effort to get a game running and just like doesn't care that much.
It's no swap fire. That's what I'm hearing right now. So.
It's way better than swap fire. So
okay.
It's okay.
Is it better than speed?
Oh my god! Why would you do that to me?
I'm gonna let Caroline have that one. It's okay. It plays fine. It's okay. It's not great. And if
John Wick
you can,
3 dethroned
if you want to
Avengers.
play Saints Row the third, you should probably play it on Xbox or PlayStation. Like you probably shouldn't buy it on Switch. And I wouldn't recommend that anybody buys it at $35 what I paid for it. I wouldn't recommend that you do that. But like I said, they'll patch it. It'll get better. And when this big patch comes out that I'm waiting on, then I'll get back into it and start playing it. But I played it a bit. I played it for like the first 3 days. I beat like several missions. I've already done like a lot of stuff. It's fun. It feels like playing. It is what you think it is. It's an old game. What am I sitting here trying to review it for? You know what it is. Yeah. It's Grand Theft Auto, man. You get to drive around a car, listen to like Sublime and OAR and shoot people and blow stuff up. It's a fun time. Like who doesn't love that? It's the only game you can do that on Switch. So if the Switch is your only system, and it's your only option, and you love open world games, then get it. Like if you can overlook some hiccups, you can play it. It'll be okay. But it is unfortunate that it's just another like port. It's just another example of and for the folks that want to like blame, the amount of time or the effort it takes to port, like. I honestly, this is what I said to Jared, and I don't mean to keep calling out Jared. I'm just using him as a foil for my own opinion. I love Jared. Jared knows that. It's just that's kind of the problem. That's the problem. That's been the problem with Nintendo for a decade. It's that it takes a lot of effort to port your games to Nintendo's whatever. For whatever reason, with their architecture, with the things they do, with the gamepad, with the Switch, therein lies. It is the problem. Even if it's like, well, the devs just didn't try hard enough. That's the problem. They shouldn't have to. It should run like it runs on everything else.
Yeah.
The problem is that, like for good ports to come, you've got to try so hard. That's a problem. That's something that, I know Nintendo's always going to do their own thing. I get it, but it's
Nintendo gonna Nintendo.
It's a minor like gripe that I've had with them forever. I've always wondered that. It's like, why don't you just, why not have the power and the architecture that everybody else has so you can do what everybody else is doing? Well, they've got to do their own thing. They tried it with the GameCube. It's like, you know what? Try again. It's like, I'm sorry the GameCube didn't go so well. Try again. I'm not going to lie to you. There are serious moments in time where I wish my Nintendo console was the best. I wish it had the best graphics and the best performance and had the best games. I do. I don't, and I hate whenever I say that and like Nintendo fandom like ridicules you into conforming, and I hate that. It's like, why don't you want, all the Ks and the Ps and the frames and the flops and the games? Like, why don't you want it? It's like, it's not like that doesn't make Link bad. Like giving Link more power doesn't make it
software
worse.
with top hardware again.
Yeah.
And...
it's just a thing. So I don't know, off my soapbox, but yeah, the port's not super great, but I'm going to keep playing it. I am going to keep playing it. At least until Mario Maker comes, I'll keep playing it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of show we have to get through. We did a lot of what you planned. What say we do some news?
Mm-hmm. News
Right? Do we still do
Not
that?
really.
Do we still do that at PSVG? It's been a while. Haven't done the show in a bit. No, that was only our initial 6-episode run. Okay,
Nope.
never mind. Carry on. Dang it, Kevin.
Dang it.
The Nintendo Switch was the best-selling hardware for April, as Matt Piscatella said on Twitter. He also went on to say it's the best console selling year to date, which is great news. It continues to sell very well, which again, hey, this is great news.
I'm not surprised.
Right, like the Switch is selling well. That's great news. Compared to where we've been, it's amazing news. At the same time, there are a lot of factors that probably go into this. A lot of the other consoles have already sold a lot, and they're looking at next gen. So like there are reasons for this, but still good news. Mortal Kombat 11 was the highest selling game for April, which I thought was interesting and good for them. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was number one on the list, or was the highest ranking game on the list for Nintendo, coming in at number 5. Now, interesting thing to note: none of the Nintendo games include digital sales, and we've heard from multiple times that how much digital is making up Nintendo's library. So you've got to imagine that goes up a few spots at least.
Right.
Yoshi came in at 10. Mario Kart 8 came in at 12. Breath of the Wild came in at 17. So their legacy games continue to sell well.
2 years later. Good grief.
Again, not including digital sales. And again, not including like sales. Breath of the Wild is still like $45. It's not like it's not like it was $15 last month and it sold a lot of copies. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's still very expensive.
I wonder how they'll well, I guess you would just with the whole the digital ticket, the free game thing, the promotion they're doing,
the coupon thing,
the coupon daily thingy with Bobber, they'll just attach to whatever games to redeem to the sales. I was like, I wonder how they'll track that. But it's like, you just whatever you redeem it for, you'll just do whatever.
I do love that voucher system.
Yeah, voucher, that's the word. That's the word I wanted. Thank you.
I didn't realize that you used your eShop balance. For whatever reason, I just assumed that they would make you pay with like a credit card. But you can use your eShop balance, which means that if you snipe on some deals or you use trade-in value and you convert it to digital currency, or you get some of those $50 of credit for $40, it means you can get 2 games for 80 or 75 or 70
$80
based on what you can do.
Newegg's had that promo too. That's I last bought some eShop credit was on sale through Newegg, so
it's very tempting.
Have that current one that's on right now.
For the past year, I've turned a lot of my trade-ins into digital credit that I've used to just buy games, and I got to tell you, it's very, very tempting. I think when my GCU ends, I think I'll probably do that for most Nintendo first-party games. I'll probably just grab whatever deal I can on credit and buy 2 vouchers and just use them as the games come out. Makes sense.
I got rid of my 360 a while back. I probably got like 25 cents worth of 360 games back there.
I'm just gonna go broke and continue drowning in plastic. That's how it works. I guess
Thanks,
I get the next news block, right?
Do it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. This does not apply to me because I'm an Apple user and not an Android user. But Mario Kart Tour beta has started rolling out as of today, right? Donnie,
I played it.
You got yours?
Yep.
Okay.
I played it.
Donnie's already played it.
Played a bunch of
Jared's still playing.
I shared screenshots, which you're not supposed to do, and a lot of people on the internet are mad at me. People are like, "Oh, you broke the NDA." I was like, "Dude, I woke up and I had like 6 videos on YouTube. It was like, we stream 4 hours of Mario Kart Tour. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, you see all this coverage that's out there, and you're like, Donnie, you broke the NDA. Who cares? It's the
I
internet.
wouldn't personally do it, but
It's
Who
the
cares?
internet. It's the internet. You think?
okay. So anyway, Mario Kart Tour, motion controls or single hand.
The single hand thing is weird.
Mario running on the Super Mario Run.
Yes,
So
but
you
like
swipe to drift.
yeah, you swipe to steer, but the car runs on its own. So like it's like go 3, 2, 1, go. The car drives, and then you just aim the car as it's driving around, and it auto drifts and stuff, and you just move your thumb back and forth. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think I would do motion controls.
I turned it off immediately. I did 2 races with the thumb thing, and I was like, this is terrible, and I turned it off. Immediately. I went to the gyro. The gyro is much better, I think. I think it's better.
Tracks are from previous games, including Mario Kart 64, Super Mario Kart, Double Dash, and Mario Kart 7. There are 2 laps instead of 3, so it's a shortened race.
That's weird to me, but
Auto drift
It's mobile.
can be turned off.
Yeah, you can. If you don't want to do it, you can turn it off.
50, 100, 150, and 200 cc speeds, which I can't believe they put 200 on there.
You have to unlock them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
with digital currency. No.
Microtransactions. Character unlocks are in the big are big in-app purchases. Some drivers are rare and come with ability bonuses.
So here's the thing. Yeah, every time when you start the game, you do like this pull thing. You just like it's a gotcha mechanic, right? You pull and then the driver appears. I think everybody starts with Toadette, and you got to keep doing that. And the thing that I don't like about the game, which I don't think is going to be groundbreaking, is your drivers have like a cooldown. So you can't just race with your favorite driver.
So you can't use them every single time?
I raced 6 races with Luigi and was like, your driver's out of stamina. Switch racers. And that's going to be how they like kind of tempt you to buy other people, which I'm not going to do. I was like, yeah, this is not. Now, keep going.
Okay. There's a gacha system for drivers, carts, and gliders.
Everything has its own little system.
Of course, I understand why it's there because
but it's a microtransaction.
So much money.
It's a freemium game. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to make bank. You have to understand. Worth mentioning that Nintendo pulled Fire Emblem Heroes and Pocket Camp in Belgium after they ruled loot boxes were considered gambling, not Mario Kart. But
it's interesting because we saw that like the Senate is looking into this here in the U.S. and it'd be very interesting to see what happens if more people go Belgium's route, what they do to these types of games. All right, so what I wanted to say was everything has these little gotcha freemium, loot box things.
I hate them so much. I hate gotcha. I hate it.
I do too.
So if you hate it, like this is probably not be like your favorite game.
Oh no, I'll play it for a week and then I'll probably never play it.
Yoshi did it correctly. Yoshi has it where it doesn't matter if you put in all 10 coins, you're going to get all of the costumes for it, regardless. But you're not endlessly putting money into it in hopes that you're going to get it.
Sure. I played 10, 12 races today. I played over lunch and I played when I first got in and everything. And so I would say it looks fine. And a lot of people are upset with the looks. It does look like kind of like Mario Kart 7, just kind of like smoothed out. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks fine.
The backgrounds kind of look empty, but I mean, what do you expect?
It feels empty at times. There are times when like there's not a whole lot going on in the course outside of the other racers that you're racing against.
Yeah.
Now, Game Explain put up a video saying that the races you're racing are computer generated, that they're not actual real life players. And they put up some evidence for why, like, you can skip the beginning and the intro. But, like, when you play, it actually lines up players with names and stuff that makes you feel like you're racing other people. The only thing that I can say about it is that I felt like at least in one race I came in third, and I felt like the movements of the characters around me felt like real players. And the difference. When you race a computer player, they felt like real players. We were all hitting each other with stuff. It was very frantic. They were moving and turning, and it didn't look like they weren't racing smoothly, right? They were turning left and right.
Yeah, kind of erratic.
Yes, and I'm wondering if maybe it's like a mix. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some ghost profiles and things in there. For sure.
I just can't imagine you're only racing, and especially like we're just going to put random names of people of usernames plucked off there. I don't.
Yeah,
I believed him at first because I won my first 6 races. Like right out of the gate, I was like, wow. Benefit of being in there early, make you feel good. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of computer generated, but like I said, that one race I got into on my lunch break, I was like, there's no way those people are computers. Because I saw somebody just like drive into the grass. Like computer folks don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played a lot of mobile games. So, I mean, are there like multiplayer experiences like that on mobile where you have multiple users like in a single space like that?
To my knowledge, yes, where you need to fill the pool. And if there's not enough people connecting at that point, they'll put a bot in.
Yeah, because my concern is like, is that too hard on? I want to say netcode for the mobile data to track and position a racer like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the connectivity like though? Like, is there any lag or?
I honestly played fine. Okay. I didn't have that many issues. It took a minute to load in. It took a minute to download the game and all that, but it played fine once I got in and started going. There were a few occasions where it took a minute to get through some of the menus and some of the things. Every time you do a race, like all kinds of things go off, right? All kinds of bars and levels and coins and explosions and things happen on the screen.
Yeah.
And there's 8 different things you collect in staminas and hearts and coins and I don't care about any of that. I really don't like that the game is vertical only. You cannot tilt your phone sideways at all. You have to play 100% vertically, even when you're doing the motion controls, which is weird. That's just weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't like doing it this way instead of this way.
It's all like one hand, so I was just kind of like one hand just going back and forth, and it's fine. I'm not gonna. So what I wanted to say was obviously. My record here is pretty set in stone. I don't like playing games with my phone too much. I really don't. I never really have. And I played, like I said, 10 or 12 races just so I could come here and say something. But at the same time, I played 10 or 12 races. Like, I'm probably never going to play this. I'm probably never going to play this again. It's like, why would I own a Switch? I have the creme de la creme Mario Kart experience. If I really want to play Mario Kart, I'll just play it on my Switch. There's no reason to do this on my phone. But at the same time, this game isn't meant for me. This game is meant for people that are never going to buy a Switch. And I imagine that they will have some nostalgic, happy moment that they can play Mario Kart on their phone again. And it's fine.
Sure.
It's a game of Mario Kart, and it plays like Mario Kart. And it drifts like Mario Kart. You shoot like Mario Kart. It's fine. I did realize there were times where whatever I was using or whatever item I had would automatically fire, and I don't know why, which is weird.
I know like the stars were auto.
Everything felt like it was auto. Now, maybe I need
really?
to turn it off or something, but I had like a banana that I wanted to carry in case somebody shot me, and it just like fired off on its own.
Immediately went off.
And like a shell went off on its own. So like I could hold it, and it felt like it was like a period of time. So I could hold it for
like
like
a setting, though.
15 seconds, and then it would just go. And I was like, well, there's nothing I can do about that then. The rubber banding was there. Like, I still got the blue shell on the final lap and all that.
Of course,
like,
yeah. I mean, that's
that's Mario Kart.
I guess that's, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it felt like Mario Kart. Like, it felt like Mario Kart. I didn't mind it. It's fine. I will tell you this. I had a lot more fun today playing Pokemon Rumble Rush than I did Mario Kart.
I still haven't played.
I played Pokemon Rumble Rush a lot today, and I had a lot more fun playing that, but maybe that's just my love affair with Pokemon. But Pokemon Rumble feels like Pokemon Rumble. It's all like the 3DS game. You tap to do attacks, you tap and hold to do stronger attacks. You collect different Pokemon, and it's still got, cooldowns and things like that, but like Pokemon Quest, you can choose to speed them up if you want, or you can just wait. And I'm happy with waiting. It's like, sure.
I'm going to download it just to remind myself to play.
I had a lot of fun. But,
right. But we also have a question from Rebecca Forrest Minish. Yes?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
Rebecca?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Rebecca. First reports of the Mario Kart Tour beta are saying that the presence of microtransactions and gacha aspects is overwhelming. Will this ultimately hurt the game, or will it thrive anyway because it's Mario Kart? I say it will thrive anyway because people buy into that stuff with everything else. You've seen how super successful Fire Emblem Heroes has been. Dragalia Lost. The microtransactions are what give them millions and millions of dollars. And I think because it's Mario Kart, there's also going to be a bigger influx of people that are more used to that as opposed to a Fire Emblem.
I see, I think the franchise has more appeal, but I also I don't know if the collectible nature is going to be there, because I feel like people want the Fire Emblem more of the heroes from Fire Emblem, because there's so many to pull from so many games, and Mario Kart, you just kind of have that same cast. I just don't feel like they're as desirable.
Unless they keep adding a ton more characters.
If you run out of,
Captain Falcon, he's in the game!
I'm typically a Yoshi main, but if I can only race 3 races with Yoshi, now I either can't race or I got to buy another character.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping to get a certain amount from everybody.
Right.
I do think the way they're doing it, eventually there'll be a point where you don't keep dumping money into. So I like that about it. I think there will come a point where you have enough racers and enough things to do that you'll be okay. Right. You won't have to keep paying. So and maybe when they launch it, maybe they have an unlock fee. Maybe it's like an either or. You can play the freemium mode, or if you give them $19.99, you can just have it all and play. That's fine. I'm just not into the mobile stuff, and I agree. Yeah, it'll do fine because it's Mario Kart. Mario Kart might be Nintendo's most important franchise. And with all sales, if you go back from GameCube, I mean, really from 64, but if you go from GameCube to Wii to 3DS to Wii U to Switch, Mario Kart might be their most important franchise. It reaches such a widespread audience. It's kind of like their least common denominator. Doesn't matter if you're a Mario fan, a Zelda fan, a Fire Emblem fan, everybody plays Mario Kart. So
I wasn't aware that Rumble Rush was Android only too.
So get a better phone with doing that phone stuff. I do like the Rumble Rush though. It's good.
Sorry, Carol.
If you like the Rumble games,
I love Rumble World.
I know we both do. So I think if you never liked Pokemon Rumble, there's nothing here for you. But if you liked Pokemon Rumble, which Caroline and I both do, it's good.
I'm just going to pretend I know what you're talking about.
It's fun. It's like Jason, it's a beat-em-up Pokemon game. That's what it is. It's a beat-em-up.
With an adorable style.
It's a beat-em-up button masher. You just collect a bunch of Pokemon, you just beat the hell out of each other. That's all you do.
Yeah, it's similar to Pokemon Quest where you have...
It is.
I think there's an auto feature.
The style looks very similar. Yeah, there is. And then it works the same way. You catch a lot of Pokemon, you trade them in, You get points, use the points to upgrade the things. You get rewards, you trade those rewards to get more rewards. It's the same thing. It's the
Go
same.
to different areas.
Go to different areas.
Get rare ones.
Yep. They're shinies and things like
much-
that.
I
They're
need
ones that
my
sparkle.
Danny DeVito nope gif.
It's
right
good.
now.
Now here's the thing. You know what I like about Pokemon Rumble Rush the most? I played it a lot today, probably more than my boss would care for me to have been on air, and I never felt like I needed to pay them money.
Good.
So
Well, that's good. Speaking of Pokemon, you got some Pokemon news, right?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Go, Donnie.
yeah, so this is an interesting article that came out. Pokemon developer Game Freak they're increasing their prioritization on original IP. So they had an interview with the lead of Game Freak, and essentially what he let out in this interview was they have two production teams. Production Team 1, Production Team 2. Production Team 1 is working on Gear Project. So what the Gear Project is, it's like internal IP pitches. It's where the staff comes to them and they go, we want to make this game. And then
Like a town.
Yeah, like Town.
Yeah.
Like, what was the other ones? They did Pocket Card Junkie and Harmo Night and these games on 3DS,
I like
things like
Pocket
that.
Card
Pocket Card
That was
Jockey.
fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sleeper hit for a lot of people. A lot of people like that game. So, like, that's where they go to pitch this. And then they have Production Team 2, which is constantly working on Pokemon. And I actually think it's pretty healthy because Pokemon is such a huge hit and such a pillar that they're never going to not make Pokemon games. Like, that'd be asinine. That'd be crazy.
Right.
But if you have a developer that works on these games constantly, year after year after year, you have to think that their creativity is stifled. That they're tired of it. So what they do is they rotate. They take breaks, and it's a chance for like promotion and cross pollination. So maybe you worked on art and design on the Pokemon game, and you come over and maybe this is your first chance to produce a game, or maybe you're going to serve as the game director. And then when you go back to your Pokemon stint, like now you've got more skills, to bring to Pokemon, or you've learned new ideas or new techniques that you bring to Pokemon. So it seems like they have they're very conservative, like franchise, like this is what we do here, and then they have this other like experimental phase where they work on these little indie things and things like that, like Town.
I think that's very healthy. I like that idea.
Sounds like it. Yeah, sounds like it.
Yo, Jason Lacy, you want to take the next one since this is your beef?
I've played this game before. Dead Cells DLC Rise of Giant is headed to the Switch. We have 2 new bosses and areas to explore. The Cavern, which you have to beat the game to unlock, and a secret area after 5 runs. 3 new skills and 10 new weapons, a new skin system with up to 50 outfits to be acquired from beating enemies and finding them throughout the levels.
That last one's my kind of stuff.
It's completely free. It's out for all
I
players.
mean,
Are you going to beat Dead Cells 5 times to get to the secret area?
I don't even know if I'm going to beat Dead Cells once. I still haven't done that,
That's so much game.
What kind of secret area?
I don't know. It wasn't included in the
The
article.
cow level.
But
Can you imagine it's just an area in the game where you go there and it says, congratulations, you wasted so much time in your life
Yeah, I doubt
beating
it.
this
I
game
doubt
5
it.
times.
I hope it has the oh gosh, what's the behemoth game I like that has the secret music? Oh god. Battle Block Theater. Hope it has that. It's a secret. No, it's a secret.
It's good music. It's a good tune.
Can't wait.
We
for
only
the
play it
Castle
on
Crashers
Flexibles
again.
every other week. When's that coming out? Come on.
E3, man. It's out
E3,
now.
right?
I'm telling you.
It's out now. I would see it.
All right.
I'll do another one. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons comes to Nintendo Switch next week. You get a 10% launch discount. Is that
Surprise
only on
title.
is that on pre-purchase only?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great game.
Never played it.
It's a great
Never
game.
played it.
It's a lot of fun. It's from
played
Joseph
the demo.
Fares, who's the developer behind like A Way Out and another game. He's the guy that cussed at the Game Awards. Everybody remembers?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
but this
That
was
guy.
like his first hit. It was good. It was really good. It is a good game. If you've never played it, you should. Nintendo's working with Microsoft to use their Azure service for streaming games, and they look to stream and publish their own streaming service. Now, this came from David Gibbons on Twitter, who's it's like an insider guy. If you ever want to follow somebody that talks about like the industry and analytics and numbers and things like that, that's one of the guys you should follow. He's great. And so this was a news story that came out earlier in the week from PlayStation. PlayStation and Microsoft had an MOU that they signed where PlayStation will use Azure services for their streaming platform. And everybody was all like, oh my God, PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation. And he just came out and said, yeah, Nintendo's looking to do the same thing. So I don't think this is really revolutionary. I think this is just a really neat example that the entire gaming industry seems to be anti-Google. Nobody's interested in working with Google at all. They're driving Sony into the arms of Microsoft. So Nintendo will do their own thing. Now,
arms of the angel.
This basically shoots my idea in the foot, right? Although that my idea was probably never going to happen, but the idea that I would love for Microsoft and Nintendo to partner on xCloud and joint publish something, just so we selfishly didn't have to have two apps. Like in the future we're gonna have to
Satellaview Zelda.
Yeah.
On xCloud.
So that's probably shot out the window for this, but yeah, they're looking at doing their own streaming thing, which is not news. They've already done their own thing in Japan and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'm eager for streaming to come to Switch. So then games like Saints Row and Devil May Cry and things like that will show up and they'll run and we'll actually get to play them. So
cool beans.
Let's do some questions.
Boom.
Direct from you.
Please understand.
Please. Understand. Bring that banana back. Please. Is
Kyle
your body
asks,
ready?
What
All
game
the memes.
do you think will get a Zelda or get a Zelda?
Get a Zelda. What game will get a Zelda?
Freudian slip.
What game do you think will get a gameplay demonstration at E3? So I responded, I was like exactly what do you mean? He's talking like Treehouse, like somebody's actually gonna sit down and like walk you through the gameplay, like here's how the game works and all that.
Gotcha.
My answer
any game, like an possible unannounced game or something we know about, or
whatever you want to do. I think on Treehouse, I think they'll totally do the thing that we don't want them to do, and they'll be like, "Here's how you catch a Pokemon," and we're all gonna be like, "Oh my god!" They do it every time they show a Pokemon game, every time. So that's gonna happen. But I do think I would suggest Fire Emblem or Astral Chain because we don't know anything about them, and it would be wise to kind of show the gameplay and stuff like that. So that'd be my picks.
I'm good with Astral Chain and Fire Emblem. I think, especially Astral Chain, it definitely needs to. I was going to say Fire Emblem, but I will also say we will probably see some Luigi's Mansion gameplay.
God, I don't even know what to even expect at E3. I've been like so disconnected,
Sheltered.
at least on that. At, like what's
It's
coming
great.
up.
You have your
and what,
mind blown, man. We're getting a new
right?
Zelda game.
You know what? They might.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
If they're making
We
changes,
could
they
see
might.
We might see some Link's Awakening. Anything else? Who knows how far Animal Crossing's in development? That's possible. But anything else, I think, is you're just going to get a trailer or something like that. I think you guys already nailed what's going to be real likely.
Yeah.
The 3DS, are they still going to have 3DS games? We're going to probably waste some time on that somehow.
No, they announced
there's
it's not.
no way.
Okay,
Yeah,
they said there's none of that in there.
Okay,
there'll be no
good.
3DS software shown. And I mean, that's what we have Treehouse. So Treehouse is going to stream for 3 days. So
I
that's
just
where
hope-
you
I just hope we
offload.
don't I don't want Mario Maker to be the next Smash, where it's like, here's 45 minutes of.
That's the cool thing about E3 that Nintendo Directs don't have the luxury of. They have 3 days where they just play games where they can offload all of the extra details too. So the E3 show should be very trim and precise and trailers and stuff like that.
Because let's face it, how many times did you get sick of the same Treehouse people playing Smash over and over, and it was just like
Smash was a bit
God.
much. Smash was a bit much.
I forget everyone's names after E3 because we don't see them again, most of those people, until the next E3, and it was like, no, I don't want you to play Smash anymore. Please stop.
All right, Kaiju Isaac asks, we live in a world, it's an interesting question. We live in a world where everything Nintendo first party this year is canceled. So everything you know about Nintendo is just off the board, just done. What do you replace it with? It can be a series, a franchise, a new game, anything you want. It doesn't have to be first party, but like everything's off the board. Essentially, I think he's asking, like, out of all the franchises this year, what's your next favorite like Nintendo game? I think is what this question kind of asks.
So what would we, if the games that were going to come out?
Oh, and he said you can't use Metroid Prime. So he's really just taking out half of Nintendo's entire library. So
Star Fox Racing.
That was my answer. So I mean, I'm with you. Like that Star Fox Grand Prix game sounds great right about now. Like there's no Luigi, there's no Mario Maker, there's no Link, there's no Metroid. Yeah, Star Fox
Everything
Racing sounds
Nintendo
awesome.
first party is canceled though, so I don't even think that you can do a Nintendo IP.
No, this year. It's like Nintendo IPs this year.
I got a better one. I got a good one.
What's the other one that you would use?
Chrono Trigger remastered.
There you go.
Oh, good stuff. I was thinking about that game yesterday. I was like, man, I need to replay that game.
That'll come out before Final Fantasy VII. So I mean,
Probably.
Next best answer is Mario Golf, by the way.
Camelot.
It's always an answer.
that's a good one.
I like myself some Shantae, and Shantae is coming soon anyway. So Shantae and Story of Seasons.
There you go.
Those are my picks.
All right.
Thanks for the question. Shellshock Prime writes in, what do you guys want to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield in terms of features? What do you want to see, Jason?
It's cancellation.
How dare you? How
We
dare
brought you back, and you
Elmo,
betrayed
yeah.
us.
I'm the worst person to ask.
Yeah, we'll just skip you.
Can I catch Pokemon? Can I trade them? Can I battle them?
I want to see
Multiplayer? I don't know.
It was in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but it was taken out of Let's Go, which I thought was weird because Let's Go is very friendly to newcomers. I want to be able to have the things where once you've paired off one type with another type, you know if it's super effective, not effective, anything, because I still, to this day, have trouble remembering what beats
the
what.
The chart's too much now. Like, we used to have the elements and they made
Yes.
sense. Like, it beat
Yes.
water beat rock, fire beat grass. Like, that made sense.
Well, for me,
now
it's a
it doesn't
color
make any.
thing.
There's too much.
There's
ground
too many
and steel
purples and pinks
flying
and-
and what's the difference between a ground and a fighting type? It's like absurd. Yeah. So
ground and rock, you mean? Like it's literally the same thing.
it's so like the chart is a little out of the ordinary. My answer, P. I mean, I think every new generation of Pokemon usually ushers in like a suite of quality of life improvements. They've come so far from the beginning, and I just want them to keep doing that. I love that. Like, make my menus faster, make my map better, make my traversal faster. Like, let's as much of that as you can get in there as possible. Because those games, the old games, if you've been around since the beginning, the old games are super menu heavy and a lot of options. You click in the menu to click the thing to get the thing, and So I don't know what I could ask for. I thought Sun and Moon was pretty great in that department, but yeah, I'm sure they can always do more, do better. So I'm with it. More quality of life improvements. Make playing Pokemon fun.
The effective thing is generally a quality of life improvement for me. It just, children are not going to know all of those types. And when we were kids, it was only pretty much had to know about 8 or 9.
It's like rock, paper, scissors type thing, and now it's not. Now it's ridiculous. I would love, I've always wanted this. I've always wanted the Pokemon battles to be like more real time. I've always wanted more control of I would die if they ever went into the where I could actually take control of the Pokemon and have like little stadium battles or Pokken battles.
What about button pressing prompts for jumping and dodging and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'd be anything like that just to make the battling part. I would like to have a little more control over my Pokemon's actions. Like the thing that I always hate in the Pokemon game, and I get it. I understand why it's there, so I'm not saying I don't want it there. But you pick an attack and it's like your attack missed. Why? Why did my attack miss? It always happens at like the most inopportune time where it's like so and so dodged. I would like to control that. Even if it was like a mini game or a quick time event or something, I would like to have just a little more control over those types of random encounters.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I agree.
I agree with everything you guys said. I trust your Pokemon expertise because I have 0.
It's okay. We're just going to call it the Nintendo Pokemon Shack from now on.
That's fitting. That works.
I like the Pokemon Shack. It's good.
Rebrand. You got to pivot every once in a while. Keep yourself relevant. Shake things up. I mean, you don't want to go stale. I mean,
Pokemon's relevant every year.
There's a gajillion Nintendo podcasts out there. I mean, second, do it. Is that our show? Did we make it?
Dude, that's it.
That's it.
Our time is over.
Welcome back, Jason.
Thanks for letting me back in.
Was it everything you thought it was going to be? Like, did it meet your expectations?
I'm still a bad host, so I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's not true.
I lived up to those.
Cue the amount of tweets that I have to live through this next week. Is, oh my God, Jason's back. The show was so much better. Please go back every week. And just sit there crying.
You'll get like
And
one
we'll just
tweet.
be like,
You'll get like maybe one tweet from trash talking.
No, Sean and his army of followers will come out in force for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the next thing greatest. He's the cutest thing out of Canada next to Justin Trudeau.
He's the Bob Hope of like.
Out of Canada.
He's the Bob Hope
What do
of
you
like
expect?
gaming Twitter. Like everybody loves Sean.
Oh my God.
Everybody loves Sean. Every podcast that ever does anything knows and loves Sean Capri, and he can do no wrong to anybody.
He is
ever.
the Bob Hope of
He
indie
is.
podcasts.
Bob Hope of indie podcast community. That's exactly what it is.
It's beautiful.
It's the most
I love
fitting
it.
title ever.
That are, yeah. I don't even know.
Don't burn your bridge, Jason. Don't burn your bridge with Sean. I can do it. Don't you do it? Like you've got prospects. Don't do that too.
I mean, All right.
I wonder if he's still
Fair
here.
enough.
Right.
I haven't seen him chat in a minute.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in live here in chat. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for people listening at home. Please check out the other shows at the PSVG Podcast Network and everything else on the web that Caroline is doing, that Donnie's doing. And
Speaking of things that we're doing, Mario Kart 8 Drunk Night next Saturday. Next Saturday, not this weekend. So if you're hearing it, not now.
June
1st.
Oh my god.
We're drinking and driving. Mario Kart. Come hang out with the Shack Kids. We're going to stream. We'll have the voice chat open. You can come jump in. I don't know if we'll do the Google thing, and the Google thing seemed to work pretty well, but at the same time, like, crashed, but whatever. We'll figure something out. But yeah, if you want to come hang out with us and play Mario Kart next weekend, it's going to be a blast. So definitely follow us and check all the news. Hit the Discord up, psvg.org/Discord.
Discord. All the things. And come back for more Nintendo Shack. Boom, 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 boom.